Just give me a few more seconds. We'll start. So yesterday, let me start. I'm saying yesterday we discussed the first session. I started the concept of tables. What exactly the table is? Table are the basic fundamental. The first question coming here is what is tables? Which can store data, because we are working in a database environment. We are a database people. And forget about Oracle, forget about MySQL, MS SQL, Informix, Sybase, DB2, whatever. Forget about everything. All RDBMS concept is same. All RDBMS concept is same. And this is what we learn. When we learn about table, if you go here, okay. So what we learned about yesterday, these tables are basically 4 types, right? Interviewer never ask you what are the types of table. They never ask you. In interview question is difference between heap organized and index organized table. This is the interview question. So from every topic, you will get different questions. We will go to all permutation and combination of questions that can be possibly asked. What is heap organized table and what is index organized table? We learned it yesterday. I tell you about the situation, everything written into notes. Whatever we discuss, it is written into note. How do you know index organized? It definitely written index organized. Why we need index organized? We learned it. By default index organized. Difference between DDL, DML. These all are for the people 1 year, 2 year. But that's okay. This question is a very important question. I discussed straight into the interview. That I inserted. This concept is nothing related to the creating indexing. This particular question is all related to how the impact of DDL. Impact of DDL means DDL, the basic concept of DDL is auto commit. Focus on concept. Concept is the actual knowledge, right? Once you start working in your project, wherever you start working in your project, at least 40 to 50% of your daily routine work comes from the basic concept. So concept must be clear. It will help you a lot when you start working. So here we fire a DDL. DDL fire, these two are committed because of DDL. Because of DDL, these two are committed. Somebody is saying speak in English. Oh, sorry, I'm speaking English only. I think so.
Yeah.
Seriously? Okay. Anyway. That's okay. That's okay. Okay. So. Okay, so the concept of here, this question is about DDL, right? Oh, man, please join on time, everyone. This is the 1 hour 4-5 lectures when we start the proper B20 batch, right? So please, whoever is interested, join on time. You can see this, get interaction with the people, and then somebody is continuously pinging. So join on time, it helps. Okay, so we learn the concept of DDL and DML. DDL means auto commit. DDL means auto commit. Whenever DDL fire, the property of DDL is it will first commit. These two data is committed. Interviewer, this question is very common. You can find this question over Google, internet, everywhere. Interviewer knows about it, that you got this answer. So interviewer asks you this question. Suppose my DDL fail, then what happened? This is the interview question coming to the interview. If DDL fail, then what happened? So if DDL fail, see this scenario, DDL fail, still my data is committed if there is no syntax issue. If there is no syntax issue, then what happened? Then at least when database execute this line, database understand this is DDL. The SQL is what? A structured query language. A language by me and database will talk to each other. So when this database is this language is talking to the database, then they are saying, please try to create an index. And he's saying, okay, we already have an index. So I cannot create it. Anything, it's not create index. It can be create sequence. It can be alter table. It can be modify table. It can be create one more table. Anything is possible. Any DDL is possible. Concept is any DDL is possible. Once DDL will be launched here, means data definition language. Once DDL will be launched here, means data definition language will be launched here. The first property of DDL is, please stop your cameras. Whoever opened the camera, please stop. Okay, once DDL will be launched here, means data definition language will be there. The basic property is it will first fire the commit command. So even this DDL failed, but database understand, okay, this is DDL. I cannot create this because this name is already used. This index is already created, so I will not do that. That is something different scenario. But it understand this is DDL. It will still commit the data. But if this DDL fail because of any syntax error, then it will not commit. This is all we learned about yesterday, and you all receive the notes. Yesterday you all receive the notes, whatever we learned. Let's start today. On the same thing, I'm going to do it here.
Uh,
Okay, and
yeah,
let's see.
hi Vishal, Gautam here.
Yes, Gautam.
Yeah, sorry, sorry to interrupt. Actually, I mean, before we proceed. Last in the previous session, actually, we were mentioning that we'll learn about temporary tables in the
Mhm,
59th lecture, right?
mhm.
So
No,
I mean,
59th lecture I
we go-
explained yesterday. I told you yesterday that about when talking about temporary tables, so there are two types. Of normally, when this question comes in the interview, whoever is preparing for interview, they always give this answer: global temporary table, on commit delete rows, on commit preserve rows. And I told you this yesterday that when this question comes in the interview, you have to answer with global temporary table and private temporary table too. Both have the concept. 99.9% people will not expect what is private temporary table, how this global temporary table work. We will learn it later when we go to that stage. This is what I said yesterday.
uh, and about this one, I mean, I was more interested to learn in deep understanding about heap organized and index organized through some examples. So that are we going to cover later or?
Every table is heap organized table, Gautam. What I said. Every table is heap
Yeah,
organized
I
table.
mean,
By
no,
default,
I mean, I was
Mhm. Tell me your question.
I got that, Vishal. I mean, by default, heap organized, and each time actually, whenever we are inserting, so it will insert into a new row. And indexed organized, actually, we need to mention some keyword, and we cannot create index. I saw that notes, but actually, let's say actually, when we are creating a table and we are creating a primary key and multiple indexes, then the search are still faster, right? I mean, in that case, so those
So we
comparisons
will learn.
actually,
No,
I was.
I'm telling you, Gautam. When I explain this concept in a performance tuning session, right? I will take around 10 hours, and then I explain how the
Okay.
query works. Suppose you write a query, select a star from it, select star from table A, comma table B, where A dot ID is equal to B dot ID. How do database go to pick first A table or B table? How it is going A to B or B to A? Which table? I will explain everything. How index working here? When we come to the index, what we are I'm saying here, Gautam, we will go to topic byte. What we learn? We learn table, just table. I'm not learning index. I'm not learning how it is working. I'm not learning how my search will going fast. No, we'll go step by step. And I'm advising you to everyone from wherever you learn from scratch. It will maximum take a month and you will go each topic. You remember, I'm just telling you, if you all are done your BTech or something, right? We have 5 units in exam. Out of 5 units, most of us have 3 units. Like, okay, these 3 units, any question will come, I will crack it. This is what you have to do. For any basic concept comes, I have to crack it. For any question comes from procedure, I will crack it. For any question comes from analytical function, I will do it. Some type of components, little bit of from all these things is not good. Better whatever you learn solid. Okay, let me give one more example to all of you before proceeding to the next today. Okay, have anybody of you has ever cracked IIT? Done right? Okay, forget about any engineering college. Okay, once we give exam in engineering, I'm talking about myself around 18, 17, 18, 19 years before. When we give exams for any competitive exams, even today, we have three subjects: physics, chemistry, and math. I'm talking about India. I'm talking about from a math stream. I'm talking about the people who done after intermediate go for BTech. For this physics, chemistry, math, you know the math. This will make take your selection. Only this subject. Only mathematics take your selection in any IIT, JEE, NET, you what is MNR, whatever engineering colleges is. This subject make your selection. Chemistry take your rank. Please mute. Please mute. Please mute. Please mute. Listen 2 minutes. Chemistry take your rank. Maths make your selection. And physics you just want to pass. That's okay. You just want to pass in physics, you got selected. This maths is your here. In talking about, we are talking to preparing exams. This is your basic concept. This make your selection. 40% of the question coming from your basic concept of the database. We learned so many questions, you can see that. This is your math. This you cannot make it wrong. 0 or 1. 0 or 1. You cannot make it wrong. Any basic question wrong, and suppose you are not able to answer some foreign related questions or some constraint related questions, and you are able to answer what is performance tuning, does not matter. You are not getting selected. That is 200% sure. So this is mathematics. This is basic concept. 40%. They always know how to learn. Chemistry is what which is take your rank. This is your performance tuning. Performance tuning question. This question definitely come. You all must have to prepare yourself that you can answer at least 20 minutes here. That make your selection, that take your rank, that decide how good package you are getting, how you are different from others. Physics, all other concepts, like they can ask any concept related to any other PLC related question, that is fair. You just have to answer. That's okay. And this is what to do. You always have to learn how to answer. How to answer is very important. What you are going to do in a project is completely different, but how to answer is very important. I'm giving just starting. I'm not want to give this lecture, but just give it 2 more minutes to all of you, just to make focus why it is important how to answer. We all know, we all see Mahabharat as a series, right? And we saw in Mahabharat that Dronacharya is a teacher who want to teach 100 Kaurav and 5 Pandav, 105 people. And he want to make somebody, to all 105 people, as some extent as the greatest warrior. But actually only one person, Arjun, that guy become what exactly Dronacharya wants. That guy means he is the actually fully qualified person, whatever Dronacharya wants. But there is one more guy, that is Eklavya. He just want to see him, how he's teaching from somewhere in the jungle or whatever. And he got the things because he know how to answer. He knows how to do the things. He learned the same thing. He is the most intelligent person, but when you go to the actual war of Mahabharata, you know who killed all 100 Kauravas? You know, alone Bhim. Not a single Kaurav killed by Arjun. Not a single one. Because in project, something different is going on. In interview, something different is going on. And what your motto is? First crack this, first become Arjun, then become Bhim. First try to crack interview. That is more important. Actual learning is coming when you go to the real-time work. You can open Google, you can try to find out what Vishal is saying. All 100 Kauravas are killed by alone Bhim. And who is the most, if you're talking about Mahabharata, the main character is Arjun. He did everything, but actually he didn't kill a single Kaurav. Right? So focus how to crack interviews. That is more important part. Okay, let's go. Sorry for all these lectures. Let's go start it here. Any questions come, anybody, you can ping me on WhatsApp. After 4 to 5 lectures are completed, when you make a proper batch of B20, we all can interact one-to-one. I am available on my WhatsApp, on my phone, on my mobile, anytime. Just we have some US and India time-related constraints. So time can be matters, but we'll get the answer. Okay, let's start with the concept. I'm talking about data types. What is data type? Data type means what? As the name is saying, data type. Which type of data I'm going to store? There is a very good question coming in the interview. Most people can face this question. Difference between varchar, varchar2, difference between char and varchar2. I'm discussing this part. Data type means which type of data I'm going to store. When I'm getting a table, what I tell you, tables is what? Is a basic fundamental. This is what table structure it and store the data. It stores the data. Like I'm storing here, suppose I'm telling that I am storing here ID, I'm storing here name, I'm storing here suppose date of joining or date of birth. So I am saying to the database that I am creating a table and this is ID column. Here I am storing number 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. Numbers are coming. This what I am going to store, that is called type. Which type of data? Name is varchar. Varchar means any string. It means anything other than 0 to 9. Anything other than 0 to 9 comes into the picture, that call varchar2 or that call string. What is varchar? Varchar2 we'll discuss in 2-3 minutes. Right? Date means simple date format. If you want, there are many data types like long data type, glob data types, many data types. But let's discuss about these 3, which are important. Whenever talking about, suppose I'm saying that my number is 50, my roll number is 50. That is number. Suppose my roll number is B50. That become varchar2. Because this is the string. Anything other than 0 to 9 comes. Here see A, B, C, D, B is coming. Alphabet is coming. Anything other than 0 to 9 is come. That become varchar2. Varchar2 always comes with a capacity. Let's see. Let's give an example. Let's see. Which type of question coming in an interview. I'm getting a table. How to get a table? Create table. Suppose employee. I'm writing it into employee table. Suppose I'm creating first column employee ID. I am saying employee ID is a number. I am storing number. I am saying EMP name varchar2. Suppose I'm writing here 10, for example. I will explain what is this in 2 minutes. Suppose I'm writing age is a number and suppose sex is a character. Why I created this table? We'll explain. Let's see this here. What I'm doing in this table is I'm saying that create a table. My SQL statement create means DDL. DDL does not need commit, auto commit system. DDL is always auto commit. I am saying create a table, employee table. First column is employee ID, that is a number column. And I am storing number only. I am telling to the database. If I want to insert anything other than number, it will stop me. It will say, no, you can't do that. Second is employee name. That is varchar to 10. Varchar means string. What is 10 means? 10 means this is capacity. Means maximum 10 characters allowed. Maximum 10 characters allowed. Age means number, simple. This is char. This is char is always same, like other than number, whatever character alphabet comes, we can make it char. Why I'm creating this varchar to and char? Because the question coming in interview, difference between char and varchar. Once this question comes into the interview, very important question. Normally people go to the Google, try to go the answer. That's char is a fixed length, varchar to variable length. Don't give this answer, please. When we start giving the answer from Google, interviewer knows about it in next 1 minute that we are coming from internet. Everybody knows about it because everybody is reading over internet. They knows this answer coming from internet. To understand it here, how to answer these questions. Varchar 2 is for a string. Number is for number. 10 means total capacity. Means you cannot insert more than 10 characters. Suppose how to insert data. I'm inserting here. Insert into employee values. I'm inserting here values. The syntax insert into table name values. This is the syntax. Inserting the data. Employee ID, suppose I'm inserting. Employee, suppose I'm inserting 1. Employee name, suppose I'm inserting anything. Age, suppose I'm inserting 30. Sex, suppose I'm inserting male. Male. My data inserted into the table. Oh, table not created, sorry. Table created. Data inserted into the table. I go here, select star from employee. Select all from employee. I can see the data. This data I inserted. It means this is my create table command, insert command, data inserted into the table. Employee name is a character. Maximum length 10 allowed. Suppose in the same table, I want to insert data like this. I try to insert this, it will give me error. Value too large for column. It will give me error that value too large for column. Actual 18, maximum 10. Very simple, because maximum capacity 10 allowed, but you are trying to insert 18. That's why I'm not able to insert it. So this is a restriction on the varchar 2 column, that varchar 2 always comes with a capacity, and whatever capacity we decide, it will maximum insert only that record. That's it. This is the capacity of varchar 2. Now, question coming in the interview. Can I insert a number into varchar 2? Can I insert a varchar 2 into number? Like in this table. I'm inserting a, for example, anything like this. Name I'm inserting, for example, Vishal. 38. Male. Insert the data. Let's say this. Error. In a number column, I cannot insert a varchar. Almost everybody know about it. Very simple answer. People can give me the answer, yes. In number column, you cannot insert varchar. Can a varchar column take a number? Like here, in a number, I'm writing suppose 35. Here, I'm writing again, suppose 30. Female. And a varchar column, employee name is a varchar column. You can see this here. This is an interview question. I have a table. My table contains a varchar. Can I insert a number into varchar? This is a number. No doubt anybody, this is a number. Can I insert a number into varchar? You can see yes. Data will be inserted. A number can insert into the varchar, but a varchar cannot insert into the number. But here is a trick. I'm writing select star from employee. You can see this. We can see the data insert into the table. I can see employee number, employee name is a varchar column, my number 30 inserted. I'm writing here select star from employee where employee name is equal to 30. I'm running this query. You can see this error. What happened? Invalid number. I inserted data 30 into the table, but it is saying invalid number. Interview question is here. I have a table. My table contains a varchar 2 column. Can I insert a number? Your answer will be yes. You can insert a number, but when we try to fetch data from a table, database is saying that you are a number, but you come to my family. When you come to my family, you have to follow my custom. Once you come to my family, you have to follow my custom. You are a number, that's okay. But once you come to my family, you are trying to insert into varchar 2. It means you are my family now. You are varchar 2, you are a character. Now when somebody try to access you, he has tried where employee name is equal to, see, single quotes 3. Give the data. This question comes in the interview. Can I insert a number into varchar? You can say yes, sir. We can insert a number into varchar, but after inserting number into varchar, यार मतलब लोगों को कैसे प्रॉब्लम होती है यार. 1 second. Try again. Everyone in the class. Okay. Sorry, where am I? Yes. So we can insert a number into varchar, but once you insert a number into varchar, even though we insert a number value into varchar 2 column, the Oracle treated them as a character only. So if you do employee name is equal to 30, it will give invalid number because this is a number. This employee name column is a varchar column. You treat this column as a character because if you come to my family, behave like my family. You have to follow my custom. You are come to interact with a varchar 2, so you become varchar 2 now. So if somebody try to access you, you have to use single quotes. Varchar 2 comes with single quotes. Number comes with without number. Very simple concept. This question come in interview. Next question. What is the difference between char and varchar? What is the difference between char and varchar 2? If you go to Google, many people give this answer. Varchar and varchar 2. We'll discuss in 2 minutes. First discuss char and varchar. Difference between character and varchar. Many people give this answer. You can find on the Google as well. That char is a fixed length, varchar is a variable length. And these type of questions come into the interview. Forget about it. Forget about this. Let me see this. I will give a very easy example. Let me create a table. Create table XYZ. I'm creating table XYZ.
Your voice was like disconnected.
Sorry?
Your voice was disconnected.
Sir, your voice is back down, sir.
Seriously? Is it okay now?
Yes, sir.
No, it's fine.
No, Vishal, I think for me, it's fine.
Now it's fine, sir.
My internet is correct. No, it's okay, maybe for me time. Okay. Okay, let me repeat it what I said few minutes before. I just said that number and varchar 2. You can insert a number into varchar 2 column, but once it come to the varchar 2 column, that database treated as a character only. So once you try employee name is equal to 30, it will not work. Employee name in single quotes 30, it will work. So if you come to my family, behave, you have to follow my custom. Simple concept, right? Let me go it here. Okay, somebody want to increase the size? Okay, let me do that. What to do? Make it plus. Okay. I'm getting a table. See this name varchar 2 20. And suppose I'm writing here in active column is a char column. Suppose I'm writing it here. Char column, I'm writing it here, for example, char 20. I'm trying to give the difference between varchar 2 and char. Once this question come into interview, always give this example. Always give this example. My table created. In this table, I have a column name. I have a column active column. Let me insert data into this table. Insert into XYZ values. Suppose name I'm inserting anything. ABCD. Active I'm inserting Y. Data insert into the table. I can see the data. Select star from XYZ. I can see the data into the table. Now the question, difference between char and varchar. We all knows about char. Char is a fixed length and variable character is a variable length. Let's see this here. There is a function called a length function in the database. Length function will give you length, whatever length I pass. For I'm writing select length of my name, Vishal, from dual. It will give me the total length of Vishal is 6 character. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whatever you pass here, it will just go and give you the total length of this string. I'm using the same funda to find out here, give you the difference between character and var character. Same example you have to give to the interviewer. I'm saying name, see this here, comma, length of name, comma, active, comma, length of active. You can see this here. database. I'll try to understand the difference. My name column is a varchar column. 20 is the total capacity, means maximum 20 allowed. But if you use only 4, it use only 4 column, rest 16 memory is free. Memory free. It not use this 16 space. It free up this 16 space. Only use 4 because here only 4 will be used. This 20 means maximum 20 allowed. Active is total 20. This is fixed. Either it is only one character, but it will take all 20 length. If you see this here, the rest 19 records will be padded with blank. You can see this all blue character. This all space coming here along with this Y. Because Y is only one, rest 19 is this space coming. In case of here, no. This ABCD, no. Only this, there is no space. Here, it comes with a space. Means in case of character column, what is happening? It will take all the space. In case of character column, it will take all the space. In case of varchar column, it only take what it needed. Like example we just did few minutes before, select star from employee table. This column inserted. If you just go here and try to write it here, see, select employee name, comma, length of employee name, sex, length of sex. This here. This is length 10 allowed maximum, but it only use 2. Here it only use 7, rest memory free. But sex column is a character column. We make it char 4. So at every time it will use all 4 characters. Does not matter, it will use only 1, rest 3 padded with blank. This is the major difference between character and varchar. Character is a fixed length. This answer everybody knows. But when you have to give this answer, you have to give answer with example. That suppose there is a column varchar 220 and character 20. Once I insert any 5 length string, the varchar is used only 5, rest 15 is free. But char will utilize all 20, is a fixed length, rest 15 will become with blank characters. This is the main difference between char and varchar. Char means character, varchar, variable. Okay, there is one more question. Difference between varchar and varchar 2. Varchar 2. If you go and find this answer on Google, plenty of websites give the wrong information, right? And never any concept, always go to the documentation, Oracle documentation, MS SQL documentation, MySQL documentation, rather than any other websites. If we're talking about here, the concept of varchar and varchar 2, right? Understand this concept one, varchar and varchar 2. Varchar and varchar 2. What is this? There is no difference between varchar and varchar 2. Remember this line? This is what you have to answer. There is no difference between varchar and varchar 2 in Oracle. However, it is advised that not to use varchar for storing data. Varchar is still reserved for future use. Oracle is still working to developing the features of varchar so that they can maintain how to do, means what they are going to do in the future. Maybe they can use it for null value, right? But it's still not fixed. Varchar is still in development stage, and it is advised that not to use varchar. But if you try to use, there is no difference between varchar and varchar 2. Always use varchar 2 in place of varchar, because varchar is reserved for future use of storing data, some different type of data. Understand this example? So when this question comes, difference between varchar and varchar 2, always say this answer, there is no difference. Many websites claim that varchar used for null value and varchar 2 used for other than null. It can make a space for null, nothing. This is all wrong information. Always follow documentation. There is no difference between varchar and varchar 2. Varchar is still reserved for future development. Development is going on varchar column. So it is Oracle always advised to use varchar 2 instead of varchar. Remember this, you always have to give this answer. Okay, let's go to one more thing, creating a table. Once we create a table, there's a question coming to the interview, right? There's a scenario-based question coming to the interview. First, understand scenario-based question. Interviewer is saying that I have a table, employee table, for example, and I have suppose I have a salary column. Yes, please join on time. Whoever joining, you can see this. Whoever joining late, you can see this. You have to stop every time, right? So once our batch will start, B20 batch, proper batch from next week. So everybody should be on time, right? Because then next week only those people are coming who are interested. The meeting link will not as a public link I'm sending. So please be on time. See. Okay. When you want to add constant to a particular, Somil, when we come to the constant lecture, I'm learning on the questions on tables. My first 5 lectures, my speed will be fast. Don't worry. My first 5 lectures, my speed will be fast. I'm going to all this basic concept. I'm coming to the constant. Don't worry. I will discuss all these things. Let's take a column, salary column. Interval is saying in this salary column is a number column. Means number is coming. But I want if somebody insert data like 1, 2, 3, 4, right? It will be go to the nearest 100, like 1200 will insert into the table. If somebody can say that I am inserting a record, suppose 1579 in database, it will go and insert the round value 1600. User enter on front end 7461. It inserts 7500 into the database. How to achieve it? Understand the scenario. I have a table. My table is a column contains salary column or any column that is a number data type, any column that is number data type. And I want if user insert any value, user insert this, or user insert this, any value user will be inserted. My database will treat as a nearest 100. How to achieve this? I want this. So once, because in the table I want to add the data, my table is a number column. The column is a number data type. So once we create a table, every table comes in the number columns. By default, it's just like varchar. We can make varchar to 10, varchar to 20, varchar to 50. Just like number by default 32 digit long. But in number, we can make a precision and scale. Precision means total how many length is coming. Scale means how many comes after decimal. So once we create a table, for example, I'm creating a table, create table test. I'm writing here ID, number, suppose I'm saying 5, -2. Oh, sorry. 5, -2. What is this -2? Sometimes interviewer can ask you this question. Can a precision be a negative precision? Or can we create a table with a negative precision? See this answer. Yes, we can do. This -2 means 2 times 0. 3 means 3 times 0. -2 means whenever we insert any value into the table, database will treat it as a nearest 100. Let's see this here. Insert into test. Value, suppose I'm inserting 1208. Insert the data. Data inserted. Let's go to the table. Select star from test. See this data. 1200. Let's see what happened. I create a table with negative precision. Negative precision. So what is happening? I am inserting 1208, but database will insert record into the 1200. -2 means there are 2. 2 means 2 times 0. 2 times 0 means 100. So database will store the data with the nearest 100 value. Nearest 100. Anything. I insert a value, suppose 1389. 1389. Nearest 100 is 1400. I go to the table, it inserts the data 1400. You can see this. Whatever you insert, I get table, so I'm reading table test 1. Total length 6. I'm inserting -3. -3 means nearest 1000. Nearest 1000. I'm inserting record, for example, about this 346666. Go to the test. I have to go test 1. Test 1. Insert this. Go to the test 1 table. Let's see. Last 3 becomes 0. 346666 means 347000. You can see this. -3 means 3 times 0 means nearest 1000. It inserts the data as a nearest 1000. So can we create a table with a negative precision? Yes. Or maybe scenario based question coming in the interview. I want to insert data, but I want whatever user insert, my table can take as a nearest 100, nearest 1000, nearest 10,000, nearest 10. Nearest 10 means -1. -1 means 1 times 0. 1 times 0 means 10th place is 0. Means nearest 10. -2, nearest 100. -3, nearest 1000. Simple. Done. This is one question coming in the interview. There is a very good question. Many people can think the next question is a very easy question, why Vishal is saying. But let's see this question. I'm discussing 2 questions. We're discussing table, yet in the table. Modify and delete and modify, add and drop. See these 3 questions. How good questions come from the interview. First, let's try talking about modify. Modify means if I create a table, if I create table and I want to modify a size, for example, I just create table DSC EM. I created a table, employee table, few minutes before. Employee table, I am saying that I have an employee name column that is a varchar to 10. It means the maximum capacity of this column is 10 characters. Okay. Somebody try to insert a data. Insert into employee values. I'm inserting, for example, employee ID is 34, employee name is this, comma, age is suppose 36, sex is suppose female. I'm inserting this data. It will fail. Correct? Fail because employee name column is actual 17, means 17. Data, some data is coming from the front end, that is a more length what we specified. We are specifying maximum 10 is allowed. If I go to this table, maximum 10 is allowed, but I'm inserting 17. So we know there is a funda that we can modify the size. Very easy concept. Anybody can modify the column. Any column can modify. I can just go and modify the column. How to do this? Alter table. Table. You can see the next question coming in interview. Alter table, table name. Just writing modify this employee name column varchar to 20. Okay. I'm writing suppose varchar to 20. Means I can make this column 10 to 20. I modify their structure. Table altered. Alter is a DDL command. Remember, create, alter, drop, truncate, DDL command, not use commit. I run this. You can see now it has become 20. Now I want to insert this record. My record will be inserted. Interview question. Can we increase or decrease the size of a table or size of a column? Yes, we can do that. Very easy. Just like you can see this. From 10, I make it to 20. Database size increases. If I want to decrease it from 20 to, for example, I'm writing at 19, I can decrease it as well. But how to give this answer? You can increase the size, you can decrease the size both. But you know what is happening? Increasing the length is how to answer. Increasing the length is very easy. You can do the size increase anytime. But when you try to decrease the length, suppose here I try to make the size to 16. See here. Here error is coming. Cannot decrease column length because some value is too big. In this table, suppose my table contains 1 million record. For example, if I try to modify and try to decrease the size, database will go and check each and every record. Each and every record, that every record will satisfy 16 or not. It is a time consuming process. Increasing the length is easy, straightforward. But in case of size reduction, it will always check each and every record of the database. It will be slow and time taking process. So always do in downtime only. When interviewer is saying, can we do increase and decrease the size or modify the column? You can say yes. Remember, how to answer is very important. Yes, we can alter table name, modify column name. We can modify the size. We can increase, we can decrease. Increasing is very easy, straightforward. No problem at all. But while we try to decrease the length, it will go and check each and every record of the table. Suppose my table contains 1 million record, it will check all 1 million record one by one. And if any record is not satisfied this condition, it gives error. Cannot decrease column because some value is too big. There is one value in out of 1 million. If not satisfied this 16, it gives error. I mean, decreasing is a time consuming process. This is how you have to answer. Very simple.
But Vishal, I mean, here actually one thought. I mean, let's say actually when we have decreased to 16, so we can just check for the max size actually, whatever the.
Gautam, we never do this. We can check. Interview question is, can we increase and decrease? Then you have this answer. Means who is going to do this? Every time, whenever you have to modify, you can try to find out. Select the maximum length. And you know the maximum length is 15. I will never do 14. This is the practical scenario you are doing in a project.
Internally,
Yeah.
I mean, DB also should do the same, right? Instead of checking each and every value, it should just take the
It will
max
store,
length and
but yes, it is stored, but it will check this record there. It will take time consuming. Let me come to drop column again. I'm coming the same concept again, the drop column, right? On the drop concept. But database will, this is, if you go in the documentation, it was written. It was not even written. When we feel the same thing, when try to decrease the length, it is a time consuming process. Increasing is straightforward. Decreasing is a time consuming process, so always advisable to do in downtime. You know what the downtime is? Downtime is when your application or your project is make not available for the users, and you can go and try to do this any activity, any database activity. That's called a downtime. In that activity, you have to modify these type of things. This is the reason. And interview, you have to give exact same answer. Increasing, straightforward. Decreasing, time-taking process. We can modify both, but time-consuming. Same. Let's go to the drop column concept again. Give me 5 minutes. Let's go to the one concept is called add column. Can I add a column? Like suppose my table contains 5 columns, 4 columns. Employee ID, employee name, age, and sex. I want to add an address column. I want to insert an address column as well. What happened? Interview question like this. Can I add, my table has 4 records, and after in next release, my client say that we have to add one more information I want to store. Suppose I want to store address. So can you add a column? You can say, yes, you can add a column. But interviewer says, my table contains 5 million record. My table already contains record. For example, here, if I go this table, select staff and employee, my table contains record already. Oh, spelling mistake, sorry. My table contains record already. So if I add a new column, what happened with the previous values? Interviewer saying, can we add a column? You can say, yes, you can add a column. But my table contains 5 million records. If your table contains 5 million records, still you want to add a column, there is no problem at all. The new column is added with null value with all the previous one. Let's see how to do this. Alter table name, employee, 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 add, so I'm writing address, varchar 2, 20, for example. What is happening? A new column, address column will be added into the table. A new address column added into the table. I go to select DSC employee. You can see this here. Column will be added, and for all the previous column, for all the previous record which already present, this column will be populated with null value. If my table contains a record, then we add a new column. Then what happened? The new column comes with a null value. That's okay. But I don't want to come with a null value for all the previous record. So never say, sir, I will add it and then I will make an update. You don't have to do update. At the time of adding, so I can make an address one. I just write it here, default, any value, suppose I might default residential. Right? Address type, maybe I can add a column address type. When I add a column with a default value, then the new data will be coming, and for all the previous record automatically populated residential record is coming. This is how we can add a column, or we can add a column with a default value. Now the most important question, can we drop a column? Just like if we add something, we can drop something. 99.9% of yes.
Vishalhcst, one more question. Okay, suppose if I am having a condition that I want, suppose that 30 number column was there, right? I want few columns residential. Okay, suppose employee name is 30. For that I need address type residential and rest null. So what type of condition I should put?
See, whenever your question is, we learn about this case statement. Whenever your question is condition based, if this, then this. If employee ID 30, then I want this. Other than this, we have to use case statement. Here I cannot make it. Here we cannot make it. We have a case condition. Whenever there is a constant, whenever there is a condition comes, database is all about trick. We have to know about tricks. The tricks is whenever I learn about condition, if then else condition, if this then this, if this then this, it means case statement. We learn about trick when we go to the case statement. So here I'm talking about how to add a column. Let's understand how to drop a column. 99.9% public give an answer. Sir, if you want to drop a column, directly write a query, alter table name. Suppose I'm writing alter table name, drop column address. That column will be dropped. This question comes in interview. Mostly this question will ask to more than 4-year experience person, 4 year, 5 year, 6 year, 8 year, 20 years, right? Drop a column. Yes, you can drop a column. You can see that column will be dropped from the table. But remember, this is the advanced concept for the dropping a column. Be aware. Just like I'm telling you, modify with the reduction. Dropping a column is a very expensive operation. is a very expensive operation. The table, suppose my table store millions of record. My table has millions of record. It will take a long time to drop the column, and it block all other changes. My whole application will be unstable. You have to say to the interviewer, dropping a column is straightforward. Alter table, table name, drop column, column name. But if my table contains a millions of record or a huge volume of record, dropping a column is a very expensive operation. It may unstable my application. On the same moment of time, my table is not able to use to anybody. And whatever the application use my table, that all will be unstable, unusable while this drop column is running. So better option is, rather than dropping a column like this, the better option is, let me add the column one more time. Let me add this column one more time. Alter table, table name. Let me address default. You can see this address column is coming again, right? Rather than dropping a column like this, the best option is alter table, table name, set unused. Alter table, table name, set unused column address. We have to use this option. Alter table, table name, set unused column address. Let's see. Done. Set, go to set staff or employee, the column gone. This is an instant operation. No matter how many records in your table, 1 record, 1 million record, 1 billion record, does not matter. No matter how many rows are in the table, it will take the same amount of time. Set unused. This is how to answer. Remember, I am focusing on how. This question comes in the interview. Can I drop a column? You can say yes. Alter table, table name, drop column, column name. I can drop. But the dropping a column is a very expensive operation. If this is how you, because the whole motto of your interview is what? You and interviewer meet each other, not an Tinder date. You are meet each other for a technical discussion. You have maximum 1 hour interview. First 5 minutes, tell me about yourself. Last 5 minutes, ask me some question. You just have 50 minutes. If you kill that 50 minutes, you are gone. You are done. You crack the interview. Remember that Chak the India dialogue of Shahrukh Khan. If you played your 70 minutes of best hockey, no one can defeat you. Same thing. If you give your 50 minutes of best interview, and then you have just have, okay, if you remember when you, in any football match or hockey match, if you follow, suppose one team is leading by 1-0, right? And we have 5 minutes left. He never want to do a goal. He just want to pass the 5 minute time. How to pass so that I can win the game. Same thing you have to do the interview. You have to kill his time. Your main motto is how to kill interviewer time. 55 minutes you have to kill with your answer. And the same moment of time you have to make an impression. Drop column, very easy. Yes, we can drop a column. But dropping a column is a very expensive operation. Rather than doing this, because when we are using a drop column, it may take a lot of time. And that moment of time, my whole application will be unusable, unstable. Nobody can use it. So we can use alter table, table name, set unused column, column name. When I use set unused column, this is an instant operation. No matter how many rows in the table, it will take the same amount of time. This is because it does not physically remove this column. It does not physically remove the column from the database. It marks this column unavailable. The data still exists in the address table into the database, but I cannot use it. Somebody can ask you, can I revert it back? No, you cannot. Alter is what? DDL command. Remember the base concept. DDL is auto commit, and something is committed, you cannot roll back. If something is unused set, it's done. It's done. Data is this particular column is unused, but it is instant operation. Why instant operation? Because data is not physically removed. It is still there, but you cannot use it. We cannot use it. That's why it is called as a set unused column. It is setting here once, and if you want to reclaim my space, because space is still consumed by the address column, if you want to reclaim my space, I need to wipe them all. For wiping them all, whenever we have a time, like in our next downtime, the DBA will come and run the activity. Alter table, table name, alter table, table name, drop unused, alter table, table name, drop unused columns. Now my table will be gone. This activity we can do in any non-business day, right? Somebody can ask, just give me 2 minutes. Let me finish this topic, then I will come. Somebody can ask here that if you're dropping unused column, how do I know unused column going here? All whenever we set any column to unused, we can check here into the data dictionary, select star from DBA underscore unused underscore column underscore tabs. I think it's correct. I think so. Let's see this tabs. This particular table, okay, I don't have access here. I think so. I don't have access in this live SQL environment. But DBA underscore unused underscore column underscore tabs. This particular table will display all the tables who have unused columns. From there, we can go and we can physically drop alter table name, drop unused column. If you are now doing the work of deleting the data, this can take a lot of time. The key difference between dropping unused column is a non-blocking. When I'm using drop unused column, it's a non-blocking operation. It will not impact anything, whatever going on in the backend with your current project. Nobody. Whatever method you have to use, take care of removing column, dropping columns, or setting them unused. Both are one-way operation, one-way traffic. Why? Because alter column. Alter is a DDL. DDL is auto commit. Something is auto commit, we cannot roll back. If you set something unused, it means unused. You cannot roll back, revert back. We drop a column, drop column. You cannot unused. But better to do setting unused. Now you can ask your question. Who is asking the question?
Yes, sir. I have asked a question.
Yes, so you can tell me.
Good. Yeah, good evening. So,
Vishal, you can.
so
Yes,
we
tell me.
can use this. Can we use this for the Oracle syntax, like for SQL also, like for set unused column address like this?
SQL means SQL Server.
Yeah, SQL Server. Right?
See, I'm telling you one thing. All RDBMS concepts are same. Little bit difference maybe in the syntax. But whatever we are learning, that concept of altering, concept of modifying, concept how database is behaving, right? How database is setting, how database not. This all concept of the RDBMS concept, relational database management system. Either working on MySQL, MS SQL, Oracle, Postgre, Informix, Sybase, DB2, MariaDB, lots of databases. All concept never change. Maybe a little bit difference in syntax, but the concept is same. If you, even in MS SQL, you try to drop a column, my table contains a lot of record, it will take time. That for sure. This is the concept. Once we learn about many things day by day, right? We learn about, we go to the so many concepts. They all concept behave same. Concept never change. So I think yesterday also in the class I mentioned, whenever you make, I will help you in creating your resume as well. But when you create your resume, you always have to mention that you are a database professional working in a database from last 5 years, 6 years, 8 years. Never say that I am working on Oracle. I have experience in Oracle PL SQL. I have experience on MS SQL T SQL. I have experience on MySQL. No. These all are just a part. If you can work in Oracle, you can work MS SQL, you can work Postgre, you can work Sybase, you can work DB2, you can MariaDB. All are same. Concept same. Little bit change. That's okay. Even today, sometimes one of my client is using MS SQL and my more experience on Oracle. I just go to Google and just search here. User underscore tables. I know that in MS SQL. What it called in MS SQL? User underscore table in MS SQL, user underscore table MS SQL. It will give user underscore tables. It called, I find somewhere that MS SQL is called information underscore schema. Is as means whatever it in Oracle, what it is called in MS SQL, I will got from Google. But concept same. User underscore table store all the information table. Information underscore schema dot tables use all user tables. Everything same. Just little bit syntax different, but concept never change. So concept never change. Does not matter what you are doing. Surikant, what is your question?
Vishal, you can say na, by using add column, we can add a column in a existing table. After that, we can insert data. Then the data will display in a new record, new row, but in don't display in the existing table.
Sorry, maybe I didn't get it, but you're trying to say when you add a column, the column will be added, and the column will added with all the null values if the column already exists. If I want a default value should come, we can make it this default keyword. That is also called a default constraint, but we'll learn about later. A default keyword is coming, we can make a default, whatever the value we give, the new column will be populated with this default value. Make column populated with this default value. So this is the concept. We just learned about what exactly the table is. What exactly the table is, how the table is behaving, how is things are. Let me get one more question before closing today. We have 4 or 5 minutes left. There's a concept of called invisible column. Invisible column. What is invisible column? Invisible column is a new concept in Oracle 12c. Invisible column means what? Whenever I'm doing select star from a table, star means what? All. Star means all. It means all the columns of a table will be displayed here. All the columns, all the data is coming here. Star means all the columns. But so we only want to see the data inside to specify. But in case of invisible column, if I make a column invisible, then even I do invisible means Mr. India, right? If you wear the watch, nobody can see you. Same thing. If I make a column as invisible column, right, then nobody can see that column. Select star, you cannot, this column will not appear. Why we need invisible column? Simple, to improve security. One of our benefit, when we learn about views, our letter, view, materialized view, why we creating view? The main concept of creating view is to provide security. Same thing in the 12C comes with a concept on a column level. In a column level, we can create a column with invisible column. For example, let me create a column here. Create table support test 111, anything, or text. Test 1 2. I get a table test 1 2. I'm writing as equals column 1 is a number. Column 2 is a number. I'm writing here column 3 number. I just write here invisible. It means this column 3 become invisible column. This column 3 become invisible column. Nobody can see this. Let me try to insert a record. I will show you. I'm inserting a record here. Insert into test 1 2. Suppose I'm inserting data into column 1, column 2. Values. Suppose I'm inserting 1, 2. Data inserted. I write here select star from test 1 2. Select star means give me all the record of test 1 2 column. You can see this. Only 2 columns are coming. I create a table with invisible. This column is Mr. India. Right? Anil Kapoor wearing the watch. Invisible. Nobody can see that. Simple. Nobody can see that. Even I insert the column, I insert only 1 1 2. When I go select star, means I want all the columns that is not appear.
Can we insert data and retrieve data from invisible column?
Yes, we have to specify here. If you specify here column 1, column 2, column 3 from a table. If you know the column name, then you can see the column. Specify. If even you try to insert suppose here, forget about this. Values 1, 2, suppose 2, 2, whatever. Data inserted. You know the concept. Insert into table name, we have to specify there are 3 columns, but I'm inserting only 2 columns value. But because this column is invisible column, it will not give any issue. Data inserted. Just come here. Now, suppose the question is, how do I know? How do I know that which table contains invisible column? Question come in interview like this. Suppose I want to make a security. They can ask you question directly. What is invisible column? Possible. Because it's a new concept of Oracle 12C. They can ask this question directly. What is invisible column? Interviewer can ask a scenario-based question. I have a table and I want my one column with a sensitive data and I cannot decrypt it because we have not authority to decrypt the data, but I want that column should be secure. I don't want user or anybody else in the team other than developer or anything, whatever the terminology they can use. I don't want them to see the data. How can you secure one column? So you can say, sir, I can create a view with only 2 columns. When we learn view, I will let you know. But you can say, no, I don't want to create a view because interviewer want to listen in invisible column. Simple. So he will ask you, no, I don't want to create a view. So what you can do, you can say then we can create that column with invisible. Invisible is a property comes with Oracle 12C and that column become invisible column. Even I do select star from a table, even that column will be not display. That column is only display if we specify column name into the select clause. Even in insert statement, we don't want to specify. There is no issue at all. The column will be inserted. How do I know which column will be there? There is a concept called user tab column select. Let's see I have access or not. User tab columns. I think we have access. Yes. In this user tab column, there is a concept called, for example, let's see this here, column underscore ID, comma, column underscore name, comma, hidden underscore column, where table underscore name is equal to EMPLOY employee. See this here. In this particular column, test 1 2 is the column name. Sorry, test 1 2 name. TEST12. You can see this. This column 3 is a hidden column. Yes. So how do you find out that which table contains an invisible column? We can go to user tab columns in data dictionary. That is a column called hidden column. If this value is yes, it means this column is a hidden column. And for hidden column, Oracle even not assigned to what you can say, column ID. Column ID is not assigned to hidden column. This is the concept of invisible column. We'll learn about more invisible column tomorrow because already 1 hour. We'll learn more. Okay, one more thing I want to say before closing the session today. Whatever you have question, when we use integer, when we use number, okay, we'll let you know. Whenever any question you have, right? Because this session is free session for next 5 sessions. We don't have much time to discuss here. After when we start our B20, we can interact one-to-one. Anytime you can ping me. Whenever your question is, we can go because we just have our limited number of people who are joining the sessions. So we have going more smoother way. My speed is fast for the first 5 sessions. Once we start SQL writing, speed will be slow. So don't worry at all. I am just a ping away. Whenever any question, you all can ping me for any confusion anytime. Okay. So and I will send the notes. Don't worry. After today's session, to everyone. Don't worry. Everyone receive the notes. After 5 sessions, we'll decide. Whoever is interested, we can go through we'll create a different WhatsApp group, only for B20. We'll go with a different link and we'll continue there. Okay, and we can do one-to-one interact in the session once our 5 session will be finished. And any question you all can ping me on WhatsApp. I will definitely reply in the group. Okay, thank you so much. Bye.
Vishal, I have a doubt.
Thank you.
Yes, I have a meeting at 9:30. It's 9:30 for me. You can ping me on my WhatsApp. I will reply back for sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Vishal, I have one question regarding the, is there any classes schedule?
Chansaka, you can ping me on WhatsApp. It's a 9:30 in US and my scrum will be started. So I will reply back on the WhatsApp. Okay. Bye.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you all.